Find yourself slathering yourself and your kids in hand sanitizer? Today, we're going to be talking about how that's actually making you and your family sick and what you can do instead. I'm Bree. I'm the registered nurse and certified health coach of hippydippymom.com. I am here to help you clear your brain fog so that you can have all the energy and live your best life ever. So, hand sanitizer, like I said, is actually really, really harmful to our health and for a couple different reasons. So, first, the point of hand sanitizer is to kill the bad germs, and I get it, but it also kills all the healthy stuff that we need in order to be healthy. So, we have all this bacteria, and there's tons and tons of research coming out right now about all the healthy bacteria in our gut. And if that's out of whack or, not in the right balance, then we have poor health somewhere along the line. So that's actually one of the ways that I help my clients clear brain fog is by improving their gut health. But what is not as well known is that we actually have healthy beneficial bacteria everywhere. It coats our skin, it's in our nostrils, in our mouth, it's everywhere. And so when we're covering ourselves in hand sanitizer or even using antibacterial soap, we're killing all the good germs as well. And as I kind of started to share, we need those healthy germs, the healthy bacteria to keep us healthy. So with the hand sanitizer killing our healthy bacteria, it just knocks everything out of whack. I mean, our skin is our biggest organ. And so when it's not healthy, then all the bad things can get in easier. Plus, we're putting all this other junk on our body, like lotions filled with chemicals and makeup filled with chemicals. So that is able to penetrate our skin easier as well. So we're disrupting so again, even with hand sanitizer or antibacterial soap, we're totally disrupting our natural balance of healthy bacteria. So that is one of the biggest ways that hand sanitizer is really, really not healthy for you at all. And I will share what we can be doing instead, because I know as moms, we're terrified of our little ones getting sick, because when they're sick, everyone is freaking miserable. So I get it, and we will go over that for sure. Let me know in the comments, no matter where you're watching, if you are one of those moms that has found yourself slathering the hand sanitizer on. I definitely used to be that way myself when my daughter was younger. She's 7 now, but when she was younger, I was still very much in that mindset that we had to be clean, 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 clean in order to be healthy. Funny enough, looking back, we used to be sick all the time when we were super clean. We weren't eating right, our lifestyle choices weren't that great, and I was putting hand sanitizer on all the time. So also that was, kind of what was ingrained in me as I was going through nursing school and working as a nurse as well. We had to be super clean in order to be healthy. The second way that hand sanitizer and antibacterial soaps are actually harming our health is that they have really harmful ingredients in them typically. Some of those ingredients, yeah, Natalie says she's been using hand sanitizer around new babies. Yeah. So we're going to rethink that a little bit. So again, the second way that hand sanitizer is harming our health is the toxic ingredients. So they have ingredients like triclosan and fragrance. A lot of them have fragrance. So triclosan is actually, this is also an antibacterial soap. It contributes to hormone imbalance, asthma, eczema, thyroid issues, a poor immune system, and more. I laugh at the poor immune system because that's the exact opposite of what we're going for when we're using hand sanitizer and antibacterial soaps, right? Fragrance is like the number one ingredient that I advise anyone and everyone to avoid. So if you're using anything that has the word fragrance on the ingredients, it's toxic no matter what the company says, no matter what the representatives say, it's toxic because fragrance alone contains hundreds to thousands of chemicals, and we don't know. That's not something that is mandated to include on the label. So they lump all these chemicals into that one word. And hand sanitizers and these soaps frequently have fragrance. The other thing, so also keep in mind that, of course, when we're using soap, where does it end up going? Down the drain. So then it's also ruining our environment. The triclosan that I've mentioned has been found in our drinking water. It's been found in breast milk. So not only are we rubbing this junk all over our families, but if we're breastfeeding, then our kids are basically drinking it too. So Natalie asked, what about an essential oils sanitizer? It depends. It depends on the essential oil because unfortunately, even some essential oils aren't truly essential oils. So that's kind of a whole different topic that I would really like to talk more about. You have to kind of do your own research, make sure that there's lots of testing being done on the essential oil to ensure that they are truly essential oils and not synthetic fragrance. But I will share a little bit more about that at the end of this video. So yeah, triclosan accumulates in our fat cells. So then, as we're losing weight and stuff, then all this crap is then being eliminated from our fat cells and released into our body. We're passing it to our kids through breast milk, and it's found in our drinking water. Another thing is that hand sanitizers are in plastic, and as I've shared before, plastic is toxic no matter what, even if it's BPA free, because what they're doing is, manufacturers is who I mean by they replaced BPA with other chemicals in the same BP family. So they are using BPS and BPF. And I actually read something where there's like BPA through Z. So again, just hundreds and hundreds of chemicals. But the scary thing about BPS and BPF is that there's no research being done on them before they're being used on us. There is some talk about how they are 200 times worse than BPA. So, as the hand sanitizer is sitting in the plastic, it's absorbing all these chemicals from the plastic that we're then again rubbing on our hands. And what happens, when's the most common time that we're using hand sanitizer? It's before we're about to eat something. So you put hand sanitizer on your kids and they're reaching for grapes or chips or something, so then that's getting right on the food that they're eating. So those are the two main ways that hand sanitizer is harming our health. Again, it's destroying the healthy bacteria that we need, and it is, let me see if there's questions, and the harmful ingredients. So what do you do about that? Well, first off, we need to really decrease how often we're using hand sanitizer. We do not need to use it after we or our kids touch everything. So there are just a few times or things, I guess, after we touch certain things that I 100% use hand sanitizer after, and I'll share with you a little bit more about like what hand sanitizer to use. So after I pump gas, I am using hand sanitizer. After we use a porta potty, if we have to use one, I'm using hand sanitizer for sure. Let me think about what other. So, when your hands are visibly soiled, that's when we actually want to be washing our hands with soap and water. And good old-fashioned bar soap, if you have it, is the best soap to use. I did a video a while back that I will link to on how to make your own foaming hand soap. So it's super easy. There's like 3 ingredients. And again, when you're making your own stuff, it's more likely that you're using clean ingredients. So the cool thing about the foaming hand soap is that you can buy little tiny bottles with a foam pumper and keep it in your purse, so that when you're out in public, or even after you use that porta potty, sometimes they have those hand washing stations outside of the porta potties, then you have your own non-toxic soap with you, because when you're in public, they're using usually the cheapest soap that they can buy, which means that it's not good quality. So I have that in my purse. I do have to have it in like a waterproof baggie because sometimes it does leak, but it's still totally worth it. It's inexpensive and really easy to make. So I will link to that video to so you know how to use or make the DIY foaming hand soap. I also, again, like I said, as a mom, I get that we don't want our kids to get sick. So I made a really short ebook that you can get for free. It's my 7 ways that I use on myself and my family to really boost our immune system. And it is such a cool feeling to have these tools and these tips that I've used over the years, so I know that they work in order to really, really protect my family. And again, as I mentioned, you know, looking back when my daughter was younger, we all got sick way more frequently than we do now. So I will link to that where you can get that immune boosting ebook too. If you're watching on Instagram, I'll put it in the link in the bio. So those were the appropriate times to use it, is when you're using something that's really yucky, like a gas pump or porta potty. When my daughter plays at a playground, for example, and then she wants like a snack or something, I don't make her wash her hands or use hand sanitizer. And I know this might freak some of you out, and that's okay, because it goes against what we're taught. Our body needs to come in contact with bad germs so that it knows how to fight those bad germs off. That is true immunity. So, you know, all this stuff that we're doing to try to avoid getting sick, that's actually making us sick, is, I mean, that it's making us sick. So what else can we do? We can come into contact with germs, and yeah, you might get sick at first, but that is because the immune system is really weak right now. I'm trying to think what else. So, non-toxic hand sanitizer. So Natalie, for example, asked about the essential oil hand sanitizer. I do have a hand sanitizer from an essential oil company that I really, really like and I know is non-toxic. So I can link to that, but this is kind of like a 2-part video. So the second part will be on Thursday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and I'll show you how to make your own non-toxic hand sanitizer. It's so easy and so inexpensive. So I will show you that. Be here Thursday at 1 o'clock. If you can't be here live, then all these videos end up on my YouTube channel anyways. So yeah, we'll go over how to make the hand sanitizer. And I do want to share that I don't want to make you feel bad if you're one of those moms that uses hand sanitizer frequently. As I shared, you know, I was one of those moms too. So, you know, as we know better, we do better. So that is the point of learning more and educating yourself more, because then you learn what works and what doesn't. And again, as you know better, you do better. So there's no shame in your momming game. So that's it for today. If you have questions, please feel free to message me wherever you're watching this. Make sure to like and follow and subscribe. Until next time, friends, take care.